Good afternoon. My name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge television, radio, and podcast talk show. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, beginning 2 p.m. on the Eastern time zones. I get right home with you in the afternoon. We're going to talk about why you should keep honeybees. But before we get started, let's go on ahead and talk about how you can find us. You can find us on Abundant Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Don't forget that you can also find the podcast on the podcasters, the newscasters.com. Another way you can find us on the radio, WZLA radio station. They're the biggest country station located in South Carolina. So proud to be part of that team. You can also find us another way on television, and that's on Channel 182 Charter Communications, close to Huntsville, Alabama. So it's another great way to find us on television, and we're so excited to be with you. Continue sending email, Donna@donnasedge.com, Donna@donnasedge.com. I wanted to talk to you today about keeping honeybees. And what are the benefits, my goodness, of keeping honeybees? Everybody is freaked out about honeybees. It's like, oh my God, people are almost sometimes afraid to come to the house for the first time because they think they're going to be swarmed by honeybees. But let me tell you something. You don't bother them, they don't bother you. And that's the way they operate. And I wish human beings could be that way, because I'm just going to tell you, these things are so versatile. I love having my honeybees. I've noticed an increase in production and gardening. I've noticed the flowers are more beautiful. I mean, everything about honeybees are absolutely fantastic. So my grandmother used to be a beekeeper, so she would keep the honeybees. And I found out that my great-grandfather, which was my granddad's dad, was a beekeeper. I didn't know all that stuff. I just knew my grandmother liked to keep bees. And so my granddad wouldn't touch it. I guess he was a mean little boy, and he would kind of like play with the bees, and he got stung so many times that he decided that's something he would never do. But I'm just going to tell you, I'm like my grandmother. I love honey, and honey to me it's like a cure-all for everything. I mean, if you've got a bad cough, a bad cold, take some tincture of some sort, maybe some that's, like some kind of a berry or something, and then mix just a little bit of honey with it, put some peppermint in it. I also like to put a little bit, just a touch of cayenne pepper, powdered pepper that I do every single year. And what else do I put in there? We mentioned peppermint. There's so many things that you can add to it. Mix it all together, and then take a spoon of it. And I'm just telling you, whatever's ailing you, it's going to stop. But I think a big, and I know a lot of research I've done on it, a big reason for all of that is the combination of the ingredients. But honey is one of those natural, wonderful ingredients. If you're trying to cut back on white sugar, a little honey goes a long way. I prefer my coffee black. I don't put anything in it, no creamer, nothing, no sugar, anything like that. But I'm just going to tell you, even I like just a little bit of honey in my coffee. And it's thicker, and it's better than anything that you can buy. And another note, I wanted to mention this to you as well. When you're buying honey, it's best to find a local supplier, somebody who has their bees in your local area, because if you have allergies that are really bad, this honey is going to be awesome. Oh, and let me tell you something. If you get stung by a bee, try to take the stinger out first. Make sure you've got some comfrey salve. That comfrey salve is awesome. So we just got some new bees in, and Phil can pretty much well walk around the bees with just a shirt and shorts on and flip-flops, not worry about it. But these were new ones. They didn't know us, okay? And so they had just been set out. So he did get a few stings. And you can see some swellness. I know I've been stung, I think, twice since we've been keeping bees, which is pretty cool. But I have been stung twice. One got close to my forehead up here, and my whole side of my face was swollen. And then another time I got stung, and I thought, I wonder if comfrey salve is going to help that. And it did. I didn't have the swelling, and it was on my face. You would have seen it when when I have my shows. So anyway, that's just another little thing for you. If you get, and I know of people that have used tobacco, like chewing tobacco or maybe snuff. And some of you northern folks know what I'm talking about. But snuff is like a powdered kind of a tobacco thing. And what they do is just mix it with just a little bit of water. And then put it on wherever the insect or the bee or whatever bite is, and it takes that sting out. So that's something else that's good, but I prefer using my comfrey plant. I'd rather use that. So anyway, let's go ahead and look at a quick video. I've got quite a few of them. There are 5, and they're all really short. So I'm excited to see what you say about this. Here goes number 1. Hey, I just wanted to show you a little clip about honeybees. And this is sugar water that we have for them because the nectar flow is just, it's non-existent right now. So they like something sweet. So what I do is I get about a half cup of sugar, and I'll go ahead and just put some hot water in a jar and turn the jar upside down. Gravity works with this thing. It's called a feeder. And so these are actually able to go in and get some sugar water. And this is such a good thing for them. But look at these. I mean, they're still out. They're still flying all over the place. And I don't know, there's thousands of bees in this hive. So there's a bottom chamber right down here. We like to leave, and I'm not going to open it right now. We'll wait sometime at night when they're not quite so lively as they are right now. But in the bottom chamber are well, I call them files. I'm not sure you're supposed to call them. But they're full of honey. And we like to leave the honey in there for them throughout the winter months. And that's how you keep a hive. Now, we might take 1 frame or 2 frames out of each hive just to have some honey for us. And then the top, same deal. Some files are in there as well. But this is the way the honeybees work. They like to go out and they like to forage. They don't like facing, in the wintertime, you have to be really careful how you put them out. See, Phil has some blocks. I wanted to show that to you as well. We have blocks just to keep moisture away, and just a couple, just to get them just a little bit off the ground. And then also you're going to see right there at the front part where they go in and exit out. This is something that keeps maybe rats away, moths away, and keeps them happy during the wintertime. I'm going to take you out and let you see a couple more hives, and we'll be right back. Okay, here are a couple more hives right here, and they're close to the garden area. Now, I'm just telling you, a bee is going to find honeybees, wasps, whatever. They're going to find food, okay? So you don't have to be right up in them, but I just wanted to show you what we've got here. Now, these are facing the north, and you can see they're very active. We have their sugar water out. Now, another thing you can do with bees, they really don't care how clean the water is. I'm the one who cares how clean the water is, but we're going to get an old pool or something, an old bucket. It needs to be something deep enough, for them to get water, because they've got to have that water nourishment. But I'll tell you, above everything else, they love sugar water. And so that's what's going on there.
I think I prefer the sugar water better too. But anyway, they are not near as complicated to raise as you may think they are. Now let's talk about the increased pollination of blueberries, blackberries, all of your berries, the elderberries, the cucumbers, the melons, the squash, the fruit trees, and how about just every single thing else? I was noticing the beans that we have. We have 5 different varieties of beans. We've got green beans, we have pintos, and those little limas that everybody likes. And so I've noticed more of a production in the blooms that are coming out. Never done anything with beans that really is a long shot in one of the raised gardens before. Usually you just plant those in the ground. But I've been really pleased, and especially after having the bees. They go around, they pollinate every single thing that's out there. Now we've just added 2 more hives. We're going to be adding some more hives as well, so we're really excited about that. Now, on the first video you saw, I mentioned the frames that are in there. Sometimes I call them frames for some reason, or files, but I think the correct terminology is probably frames. But we don't take all of the frames out, especially when we want to see these grow and want them to live through the winter months, and have plenty of food.
So as a general rule, if we have 10 frames in a hive, I like to keep a couple of them myself and let the bees have the rest of them so they can survive the winter. That's why we're getting so many hives. I want to make sure they have plenty to eat throughout the winter months, and so that we can have fresh. Now, bees don't live very long. And so they're constantly reproducing. And I'll tell you something that makes you happy when you know you've got a healthy hive is when you start seeing little baby honeybees buzzing around all over the place. You know you've got something that's very healthy right there. If all you see is grown-ups, not so good. I use the beeswax as well. The beeswax is really good for candles and salves and lip balms and that kind of thing. But on lip balms and salves, that's what gives it kind of a better consistency. Like I like to use dandelions, okay? And so what I do is use an oil to infuse the dandelion root. And then it's a long process. It takes several months. The longer it sits in the oil, the absolute best it is. Now, some people do it on the stove, but I prefer the natural way. I just feel like it takes some of the goodness out of it when you heat it that long. And to heat it that long, to make a salve out of it. Now, this is during emergency. Let's say, oh my goodness, I didn't know I was out of it, and you've got to have some oil. Sure, by all means do it. But the key to doing this on the stove is not to have the water boiling hot. Basically, all you want it to do is sit and gently simmer in the water for a couple of hours, sometimes 3 hours. It really just depends on whatever plant you're using. I do a little bit longer for the calendula flowers, and I do a little bit longer also for my comfrey roots. And because a root is a root, it's a little harder to do. Now, if you are making a salve or something out of a comfrey root, you want to cut that up in little pieces as small as possible. Okay, enough about that. Let's go ahead and keep talking about beeswax. I love beeswax for my candles. The beeswax candles are going to last like a long time, and they're almost like what I've liked about paraffin candles. Now, I can't burn a paraffin candle because of my asthma. I mean, I can't breathe when I have those because this paraffin is made out of sludge from the oils and, like gasoline, that kind of thing. It's the stuff at the bottom of the barrel, when they buy the barrels of fuel, that's what it is. And so somebody got a bright idea and started making wax out of it for candles. Well, I can't do that. So I love soy candles. I absolutely love my beeswax candles. But beeswax candles last longer. It's sturdier, it's firmer. And also, if you have your own bees and you're making your own wax, it's best to, put it, if you want to melt it, after you've got to clean it out really good, put it through some kind of a filtration system, and which is easy to do. All you need is just an old colander and then put, cheesecloth in it and just let it go into that. I keep everything with that. And I will tell you, you don't have to clean your things because the bees, they'll find it and they'll clean it out for you. And they will clean it much better than you ever could by putting boiling water over it. Now, you still got to clean it, but I'm just saying they'll get all of the wax and everything off. Lip balms are to die for using beeswax. I would much rather use that than any paraffin any time of the day. But I do my own beeswax, and this is what I've done. I got my own little homemade thing I made several years ago. I just found an old, those old chests, like they're made out of styrofoam. And it's a cheap one. I think I got it at the Dollar General store or something. And so it's way big, and so it has a top on it. So what I did is I found a picture frame, and what I did is I took the picture out and kept the glass and the frame part, and I glued it together. And I'll show you how to do that. I'll be making another one anyway, because I'm going to need some more with all these extra hives we're getting. So what I did is I cut out on the top. Let's just pretend this Altoids box is the top, okay, of the ice chest. You'll take it off, of course, but right here on the top, I cut out a piece, and I used the picture frame for a guide. So I put the picture frame on top of it, and then I just drew with a Sharpie, and then I cut that out. Then I got more hot glue, and I put the picture frame on top of it. And what that does, you put it out into the sun with your colander inside, and all of that awesome wax is going to melt down into the bottom of that. Of course, I keep something else in it.
But it's going to be like the best wax ever. You can't buy it like that. And so I let it flow down in there. I let it melt into the bottom of that pan. And then I'll go ahead and I keep the other stuff because there's medicinal uses to some of it looks terrible now. It's terrible. But people spend a lot of money to get that. And I keep it for us for medicinal uses. Now, if there's any trash in it, dead bees, anything like that, I get that out. But we keep that. I forgot what you call it. I'll tell you on another show because I'm going to show you how to do this. Okay, so all this wonderful wax has melted from the hot sun. You don't have to do a thing. Let me tell you, sometimes people use they'll just get an old crock pot. But now let me tell you, if you ever use the crock pot, it's designated from that point on for your bee work, okay? Because you'll never, ever get that beeswax out of an old crock pot. As a matter of fact, you're starting into the bee business, just buy an old crock pot, getting it at the thrift store, whatever. And so that's a good way to do it. Just keep in mind, you're not going to be able to do your beans or anything else in it ever again. Okay, now we talked about that, the beeswax for that. Let's look at another video. I've got another one I want to show you. It's a real short one. And then after that, we're going to go into a commercial break. Okay, here are a couple more hives right here, and they're close. Okay, I've come back. So I'm going to walk up just a little bit closer to the hive so you can kind of see where I'm coming from right there. See how beautiful those things are? If you want a beautiful garden, you need honeybees. Now, don't be afraid of them. I'm pretty close without my suit on. And what they are is very protective of that queen that's in there. So just wanted to kind of give you a little close-up image, and also let you see the other one. I'm going to go over to the lavender, which is real close to the girls. I don't know if you can see from here or not. We'll just walk over there inside the fence and let you see the lavender. They are all over that lavender. And I'm looking forward to that lavender infused honey. And it is absolutely awesome. We'll be right back. Okay, let's go into a quick commercial break, and we are going to return in just a few minutes. So y'all hang in there with me, okay? I'll be right back.
Twin City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. You know, finding the right home isn't just about bedrooms and square footage. It's about comfort, security, and the feeling you get the moment you walk through the door. That's why so many families across Greenwood and the Lakelands area trust Jenny Ferguson with Keller Williams. And I'll tell you from personal experience, Jenny was my realtor, and she truly cares about her clients. Jenny takes the time to listen, to understand what matters most, and to guide you every step of the way, whether you're buying your first home, upgrading, or ready to sell. Because this isn't just a transaction, it's your life. With local knowledge, personal care, and a commitment to getting it right, Jenny Ferguson makes the process simple and even enjoyable. So if you're thinking about buying or selling, now's the time to make your move. Call Jenny Ferguson with Keller Williams in Greenwood today and take the next step toward a place you'll truly love coming home to. Shine your style at Kiss My Glass right here in the Anderson Mall. There's a place where style meets sparkle. At Kiss My Glass, every piece is handcrafted, custom designed, and made to shine just like you. Owner Beth Gibson brings creativity to life with stunning custom tumblers, gifts, and one-of-a-kind pieces you won't find anywhere else. Look for the perfect gift or something uniquely you, from bold and glamorous to simple and elegant. There's something for every style, so stop by, get inspired, and leave with something unforgettable. Kiss My Glass inside the Anderson Mall, Anderson, South Carolina, where your sparkle begins. Be sure to check out Kiss My Glass on Facebook for updates and specials and gift ideas.
Lowe's knows that the projects you build in spring are the ones you can't wait to share. It's why we make sure you have our best deals with My Lowe's Rewards and that you get help from people who've
been there,
done that.
Try this.
This spring, we'll help you build something rewarding.
Hey, Stan.
What's up?
I made you something.
Oh, thank you.
And I got something for you. You grew these?
Of course.
Lowe's knows how to help you spring.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer.
Yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
Donna's Designs offers a line of handmade memorial, wedding, and keepsake jewelry that launched back in 1970. I'm a self-trained jewelry designer, and I will work closely with you to create unique designs you can love and treasure for years to come. Whether that be flowers that were used in a funeral arrangement or stones you found on the beach at a memorable trip, call me at 256-659-4319, and let's think of the possibilities.
Okay, we're back from the commercial break. Again, thank you so much for watching Donna's Edge radio, television, and podcast talk show. You're the reason we do what we do. Let's go ahead and look at the fourth video. Again, it's another short one, and you're going to see me out around the lavender. I'd like to know your thoughts on that.
Okay, we're back, and as you can see, the bees are very happy pollinators. Now, we have honeybees out here. We also have bumblebees. There are just all kinds of things. But I'll see if I can get just a little bit. The sun is kind of in my face, so I'm not sure I'm even showing it correctly. Okay, right here, that's one of my little honeybees. And she's just a pretty little thing. Could behave. And, but they are all over the lavender buds. Now, they love all kinds of fruits. They love vegetables. See, we are a bee-friendly garden here. We let the bumblebees come in as well, but especially my honeybees. I'm looking so forward to my honey with the lavender infused in it. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Other flowers, they love the zinnias, and you can see how the zinnias are doing. I like to combine the flowers in with my garden, the rest of the garden area as well. It's, first of all, if you want disease-resistant plants, have some flowers in, and especially, let me take you up right here next door, and you can see, oh, these beautiful, beautiful marigolds, and how they keep disease out. First of all, your pests do not like the smell of marigolds, and they're going to run the other way. Let's take a look at the sunflowers. See, this draws in your pollinators, and when that draws in the pollinators, well, then everything else gets pollinated. As you can see right here with those beautiful blooms in the tomatoes, and that's what they do. They like to come out, and they like to be happy little girls. By the way, this is the coat of many colors, and this is the lettuce, and I'm just telling you, it makes a really good salad. Okay, I'll walk you around just a little bit more. I wanted to give you one other idea, too, about the lavender. And see how your lavender, you have all the blooms and everything here. All of these, there's over 100 cuttings of these. I didn't think they would all survive, but they did. Oh, boy, look at all those pollinators. And it smells so good out here. But what you're looking at with the lavender, all of these came from 4 plants that I had bought several years ago. And when we moved from Alabama back to South Carolina again, I wanted to bring some of my lavender with me, but I didn't want to spend the money for it. So over the winter months, I went on ahead and propagated and just got a little stem, something about the size of this right here. And all I did is I just cut it, and then I took some of the leaves off the bottom, and then I went on ahead and put it in some water for a couple of weeks. Then I put it in soil. And so we got all of these. Now,
the greenhouse is not up yet. So what I did this time is I just got a few stems off of what I planted last year. And all of these came out of that. And they have some good, rich, deep roots. And the roots are doing just absolutely awesome. As a matter of fact, what I've been doing is coming out here just giving people some of these because I'm going to have more next year. So the goal next year is across this perimeter down here at the back. We'll have this whole thing down here at the back is going to be lavender. So I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, again, your lavender, you can use it in salves, which is what I do. It's best if you do use, now you can make a salve out of the leaves. I mean, that'll work. And just walking by, it smells really nice. But I also wanted to point out, the blooms will give you the most magnificent scent. Go ahead and dry them. Turn them upside down on the stem. Dry them, and you'll have something really nice. You can put them in these little organza bags, and then put those in your underwear drawer. And I'm going to tell you what, everything smells good. Put some in your closet. Clothes are going to smell fresh and clean. Anyway, there we go. And another glimpse. We came out here actually to talk about the bees, but I'm going ahead and show you the back side. Again, they are outside of the fence. That would be just fine inside, but I need the inside of the fence more for gardening. But this is the back side, as you can see, and they're very happy right here. Again, this is the back, and then they are facing the north. So there you go. Okay, so I'm going to show you some of the lavender, and I'm going to give you a few recipes on how you can actually use the lavender blooms in your cooking, in your culinary. Look at those pretty things. Oh, the bees absolutely love this. Honeybees are just all over the place. And I'm really glad we brought a couple of hives out here so they could be a little bit closer. And the bees, again, they love anything floral. Oh, they love your vegetables as well. But if you'll get some honeybees, and don't run off the bumblebees, and don't let the kids play with them. But what I'm saying is, honeybees and bumblebees, they're going to make your flowers and everything look so much better. You'll get a much better production out of them. Now, what I did, find you a healthy plant, and what I'm going to do again this winter, I would like to have lavender all the way out at the back, at the outside of this perimeter. One reason I like lavender is, first of all, it smells good. And when you cook with it, it's absolutely awesome. But lavender, a lot of your pests do not like lavender or marigolds. It's going to keep a lot of the pests out of your garden. But the bees are absolutely going to love the flowers, whatever you plant outside. Again, marigolds are another good choice for that. Okay, so you can cut off a tiny stem, something about 2 or 3 inches long, and then you'll break off the leaves that are down at the bottom. Leave a bit of the stem, and what you're going to do is put these in water for about a week or so, no more than 2 weeks, and then you want to plant them in a small pot. And out of 4 lavenders that I didn't want to bring, I was afraid I might kill them when we moved from Alabama to here, I just decided to go ahead and propagate more. I planted 150 because I didn't think they would all come up. I'm thinking, well, if I only get 10 of them out of 150, I'll be happy. But I mean, almost everybody came up. Now, this past year, so we've been here a year, and so now we're getting blooms. You'll get blooms about the second year. So what I did this winter, the winter of 2026, I went on ahead and got more stems out of these. And so I've got about 100 of these ready to go back into the ground. I'll do the same thing this coming winter. I'll go ahead and take a few out of the new and out of the old. I'm just going to do a little, we're just going to see what works best. The older ones or the new ones. And I'll make sure I label them really well also. But there are some roots on these that you wouldn't believe. And again, every single one of these came from just one stem that I cut off and put into a small planter. Okay, so you can see how they're doing. But now just think about it. You can do it. I know if I can, you can. So we're going to go into some recipes. I'm going to show you how you can make cookies, give you some recipes with cookies.
Good in salads. I mean, they're super good for you. I make salves and chapsticks out of mine as well. So we're going to kind of dig, and I'll give you some recipes when we come back. Thank you for watching.